Like, let everybody get on for a couple seconds. When it gets to like 15, we'll start.
Oh, because you
And
can
I'll
clip
just
it.
trim it. Yeah.
Sounds good, man.
Everybody sound good?
I think so. You guys both sound great.
Yeah. Back again. Little different. Same thing. Same people. Coach, teach, Podfather. That's what we do. Episode 20. Coming at you.
20. 20. Here we go, fellas.
20. Coming at you.
Man, we made it.
3, 4, 3. Yes.
We
What's
made
up?
it. Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast, the only scorekeeping podcast that signs the franchise tender as soon as it's offered.
You have to. You have to.
Keep getting them checks, son. Get them checks. I'm your scorekeeping moderator, Paul Teach Nelson. I am joined by Coach Frank Lafada, as usual,
All things green.
and Alex, the Podfather Gullett.
Yes, yes, yes.
No applause needed.
Today, we are talking NFL offseason moves. We're going to check in with the NBA. We're going to check out and see whose brackets busted already. Hopefully, you didn't have UVA going to your Final Four. And finally, we're going to have an all-green draft to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, we will. Who's
This
wearing
is
their?
finally the day.
Are you guys wearing your green today?
Listen, I got the green Yankees hat on, baby.
No, you don't.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
I did. Yes, it is. It's a green Yankees hat.
Is
Is
it
it
green?
a green hat?
Listen, guys, I don't want to listen. Why we got to?
Looks
That's a
blue to
green.
me.
That's a green Yankees hat.
All right, we'll give it to you because I am not, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know if
What
that's
a
going
bum.
to pass. I don't know.
Okay.
I
You
think
know
I'm
what?
wearing green underwear, but that's a different story.
You don't wear underwear. Get out of here with that
I
nonsense.
do. I wear the
Green
The
thong.
butt naked.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
No Cisco.
Let me see Frankie go.
All right, so fellas, St. Patrick's Day. Let's go ahead and get started with individuals who are cashing in the NFL.
Yeah,
A
man.
little off-season game we like to call something or nothing.
Oh,
Okay,
is it
so-
something
Is it something or is it nothing?
or is it nothing?
Let's see. We're going to go over some major moves. Some of them might seem minor, but that's really for us to decide because we have the podcast. So that's what it is.
Yeah, we
So
talk about
let's-
what we want to.
Let's start in the ATL, baby. The ATL signed offensive guard Chris Lindstrom,
Yes.
5 years, $105 million. Fellas, something or nothing?
Oh, I think it's the Falcons.
It would be something if it was somebody else.
Yeah, I think if it's like Cincinnati, Kansas City,
So
Buffalo,
the answer is nothing.
We're 3 for 3. I said nothing until they figure out the quarterback situation.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's
I mean,
nothing.
yeah.
It's a whole lot of nothing. Moving from Atlanta to Buffalo, this is gonna. I want to start with the Podfather, Connor McGovern. 3 years, $23 million.
And you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay.
Thank you. I was hoping to get him too.
I wanted to give you that. You guys needed some O-line help. Hey, listen,
We definitely did.
I think he got played out. Tyron Smith coming back. Biotish played really well. And so I think we're in okay shape in Dallas. Let McGovern walk, let him get a payday. Good for Buffalo. It's something.
Something.
Yeah, it's something. It's gonna help
Coach,
Buffalo.
what you think?
Again, because it's not Atlanta, it's something. Anything to get when the best teams get better on the lines, it's always something. Now,
I love.
can he stay healthy? Can he?
I love it when we're 3 for 3. So
Yeah.
we start off the show so nice on this St. Patrick's Day. Connor McGovern coming to Buffalo. It's definitely something. Next.
Something, yes.
Something. That's what I said. Something.
Yes.
We got Carolina Panthers next. So this is a couple different signings. Hayden Hurst, tight end from Cincy, 3 years, $21 million. And then Miles Sanders piggybacks on that, 4 years, $25 million. What do you think, Coach? Something? Nothing?
I think it matters as much as anything Atlanta does because of their team and their situation, the way they're set up. They lost Dante Foreman to get Miles Sanders. That's a negative, in my opinion. Hayden Hurst is an improvement, but they just traded
DJ Moore?
They traded their best wide receiver. So, honestly, they're floundering. These moves won't matter. A drop into any bucket. Nothing.
Not in
Okay,
any
all right.
bucket. Wow.
Yeah. Podfather. I saw the face. I made the face along with you. Is Miles Sanders a decline from Dante Foreman?
You know what? I don't know that he's a decline from Dante Foreman. Actually like the pickup a lot for, man, Frank Reich. That his kind of running back, catch the ball, run the ball. Got him cheap. Would he get 4 years, $25 million, $6 million a year? That's where you want to be at a running back. You don't want the 10,
Absolutely.
12, 15. So I think where Carolina's at right now is very sneaky, very sneaky.
Am I sensing it could be something?
Could be something.
Okay.
But it might be nothing.
I had it as usual. I had it as nothing until they figure out their quarterback situation.
It's nothing.
I'm right there with you.
Don't you think they're going to figure that out, though?
Yeah, don't you think everybody's going to figure it out?
Well, I mean, they have the first pick, so they
Don't you think
better
they're going to figure that out?
They could. I mean, listen, if they shock everyone and pull a draft day and say, you know what, Will Anderson above everything else, no matter what, Will Anderson.
The only thing that scares me is, do you remember when Cleveland had the first pick and there was probably 4 quarterbacks better than Baker Mayfield?
Yeah,
And
Not that year there was
not better
that
than
year
Baker.
there was.
No, Baker was it.
Heisman year? No.
Baker's still
Baker
a
at
good
number 1.
quarterback.
We're going to see.
He's coming up.
We're going to see.
He's coming
Yeah,
up. We'll see if he's something or nothing.
Again, his stats are the same stats that he had in his best year in Cleveland. He's
He's
never declined. He just hasn't won games.
He's never had a Mike Evans and a Godwin and a. We're going to see.
Yeah,
That's true. Next place, Chicago. Okay, so Chicago signed Bills linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, 4 years, $72 million. I'll let you guys go first. Podfather, what you think? Is that something or nothing?
Yeah, I love it, man. Linebacker core is important. Heck of a loss for Buffalo, but it is what it is. I think it's something. I think he's good. He's fast. Speed wins.
what they needed help on the offensive line, the defensive line, the linebackers, the cornerbacks. They need wide receiver help.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think they got a quarterback. I believe in the quarterback. Other than that, it's a nice pickup. He's a great player. But
Quick stat.
will he change the dynamic of the team? Is Tremaine Edmonds the answer for the Chicago Bears? No.
Okay, go ahead,
But
Podfather.
it's
quick
something,
stat.
just not everything.
Let me look this up really quick. Quick stat, because I want to look at this.
While you're statting, can I go right ahead and go?
Yeah, go.
All right, so it's definitely something. Okay, I'm not going to say it's not nothing. All right,
Yeah.
it's definitely something. He underperformed in Buffalo. I'll say that he underperformed in Buffalo for where they drafted him. He was outshined by Matt Milano. He's been in the league, I think, 5 years. I do believe he's only 26 years old, which is absolutely wild. So, I mean, they're going based on untapped potential. If Khalil Mack could not help Chicago a couple years ago, I don't know that Tremaine Edmonds is going to do anything. I don't know that he's that dude.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from. It's something. I just don't know where it is. Like Coach is saying, there's a lot of needs for them. They need offensive line. They need offensive weapons. They've done a decent job kind of piecing together some stuff. And Cole Kmet's probably needs to step up. Justin Fields, if we can see him turn a season like Jalen Hurts did, then it could be something.
Good luck.
Could be. I think if they would have went and got 2 decent offensive linemen, it would have meant more money. With that same money, it could have been a more effective move. But, I'm not going to say Tremaine Edmonds is bad, and good for him for going to get his bag. And they must covet defense and feel like if they can just get the defense right, that the offense will keep them in games. I guess we'll see. Who knows?
All I'm saying is that DJ Moore, 2021, 2022, if he was on the Bears team, he is by far outstatted any Bear in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I don't
Think
think
about
there's a number one on any team that wouldn't outstat any of the Bears.
Yeah, but last year,
They were.
DJ Moore last year was Jekyll and Hyde too.
Yeah.
And if you want to blame that on the quarterback, then I'm not saying that's not warranted, but
yeah.
we'll see what Justin Fields can do too.
Yeah.
So, Coach, you were talking about offensive line. That's exactly where Cincinnati went. They stole, they signed, they maneuvered Orlando Brown from the Chiefs.
Ooh.
4 years, $64 million.
Ooh.
So is this something or is this nothing?
From the Chiefs.
I mean, personally, if they lost Tyreek Hill and did what they did, they can handle losing Orlando Brown. they're a draft pick away from replacing him. I mean, honestly, one offensive lineman, unless we're talking about like one of the greats, like Orlando Pace or something like that, then yeah, Orlando Brown's a good offensive lineman. Is he going down as the best offensive lineman? Is he the best offensive lineman in football? No. And so my point is it's marginal. It's only big, and it's only something, honestly, because Cincinnati needs that help. He's a good offensive lineman. It's just it's a subtraction from Kansas City, an addition from Cincinnati is where it makes a big move because it's from one to your rival. But other than that, it's okay.
It's some fun math.
Yeah.
I don't Joe up here so we can do math. But okay, yeah. Podfather, what do you think? Something or nothing?
Coach, did you hear yourself a couple conversations ago about Chris Lindstrom and Connor McGovern? When a good team signs an offensive lineman, like it's always something. Like we forget that they just took the best offensive lineman from Kansas City and signed them to Cincinnati when their biggest weakness, majority of the season, was the offensive line.
I never said it wasn't nothing. I said it was something. I just said
sure, he did.
It was affecting Kansas City. Won't affect. They can lose Tyreek Hill. They can lose him.
We'll get to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to Kansas City. So I think we're 3 for 3.
Yeah,
something.
It's something. It's definitely something.
It's something.
I mean, they need to continue to protect Joe Cool, who Podfather has as his second best quarterback in the league, with
number 2.
I think Trevor Lawrence right on his heels. So he better get something done.
It's going to be close.
Cleveland went to the defensive side. Dalvin Tomlinson from Minnesota, 4 years, $57 million. What do we think, guys? Dog pound. Something, nothing.
It's Cleveland.
They lost Jacoby Brissett, so I don't know.
He's a starter as a Commander now.
Yeah.
The East is getting tough. The East is going to be tough this year.
Yeah. There's nothing else to be said. Yeah.
It's a nothing, right?
It's a nothing.
I don't like. It's nothing. Okay. It's
this
nothing.
is the one that I would use that word marginal, like Coach just used.
Yeah.
This is the one because DT is going to help, but it's going to be marginal.
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
They're going to have the best defense. I've read someone like their defensive line's really good. I mean, don't get it wrong. I mean, they had a good defense last year. It's just, gosh,
that's with Clowney underperforming last
year.
Hey, guys, real quick, pause. Who are we talking about next, Teach?
So let's see. On time, we are doing so good on time that we can actually spend 3 or 4 minutes on. How about them Cowboys? So the Dallas Cowboys, we got Tony Pollard getting the franchise tag, about $11 million, $10.9 million.
Love that.
Stephon Gilmore getting traded via trade, a compensatory pick, 5th rounder. And also releasing Zeke. So we'll throw releasing Zeke in there. Coach, why don't you briefly say your piece because we know what we got to do.
Well, I believe Dallas wouldn't pay Zeke $5 million, but the Podfather just said, you want to have a running back at around $5 million, but we'll franchise tag Tony Pollard for more. But, it is what it is. Them losing Zeke is going to be a difference maker. If you don't
so
think
short-sighted.
That 1 yard line, to hit it from 1 to 0, I know he didn't have a great yards per carry, but that's the hardest yard to get in football. And then Stephon Gilmore, I do love that, though. God, it could be so great. Mentoring young other cornerbacks, too, on the team. It could be so beneficial in so many ways.
I said it months ago that Dallas was going to get Stephon Diggs. And now we have Stephon and Diggs right there, painting the corners on defense. I love it. Dreams do come true. The great pickup for the Cowboys. Here's what you're missing, Coach. The Tony Pollard thing is this. He's coming off of a really bad injury. I think at this point you have to not go long-term on Tony Pollard, but I think the franchise tag is the right move to see how he comes back. But I think Dallas's move is Bijan Robinson. I think he's going to end up being a Dallas Cowboy. And at that point, I love Zeke. I am a huge Zeke fan. I'm a Zeke fanatic. The decline in stats you can't overlook it if you're trying to win football games, right? And so he was great at the 1 yard line, but he was a liability on offense anywhere else on the field. And so we have to think about the rest of the 92. And so Super excited about what Dallas did. Love the Stephon Gilmore pickup. He's 32. He's a little older, but I do think he's still a top 10 cornerback in the league. And I think now we have two of those in the back. We just re-signed Donovan Wilson. We're going to bring back Jaron Kearse. Leighton Vander Esch is coming back. I mean, look, Dan Quinn, you give him a few more weapons. We still need a receiver. And Jerry's drawing blank on that. I don't know if it's going to be Judy. I don't know if we're going to find a way. I'm scared of Odell. I'd rather have D-Hop, right? I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen. I know he was with Des Bryant in Texas this week, right? You saw his Instagram. You saw his Twitter.
I did.
There's things to talk about with Dallas. I think moves are there. And we freed up $45 million of excess salary from restructuring just a few contracts this week. And so we have money to play with. It's not the full 45, of course, but there is money there to play with. Excited to see where Dallas is going to be at.
All right, so I love the Pollard move. Love
it.
I think it was a must. I love the letting go of Zeke, and I really love the Bijan Robinson take. Keep him in Texas, right? We talked about that a while ago when we talked about I think it was our February mailbag. So that was great. Again, let me be Mr. Pushback on Gilmore. Okay. Let me be Mr. Pushback a little bit.
Compensatory.
Okay. And that's the only saving grace. It's a compensatory, it's a nothing burger 5th round pick. It is a lottery ticket. Stephon Gilmore last 3 years has gone all pro, all this based on reputation alone.
Okay, can I ask you this, Teach?
Wait. Let me just finish. He is washed. He's been washed for a while. This is a Richard Sherman-esque, hey, we've been able to hide him in Indy when teams were all over Indy and nobody was really throwing on him. That's it. If you think he's going to be a top 10 cornerback in the league next year, then I think it's amazing. I'll make sure I write that one down.
Write it down.
I don't think it's going to be.
I've already written the check. Listen, here's what I want to say. If you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're Dan Quinn, would you rather have Anthony Brown on that corner or Stephon Gilmore? And how much of an upgrade over Anthony Brown and Stephon Gilmore?
Yeah, it's a huge upgrade.
That's all I'm saying.
And we've said it before. You don't need great cornerbacks if you have a really great pass rush.
But if you have good cornerbacks and a great pass rush.
Yeah. Now you're looking at San Francisco.
Yeah, correct.
That's the type of defense. So, again, I said it's something. It's definitely something. I think we're 350.
Something.
Yeah.
Broncos made some money moves,
They
right?
did.
This is I think that's Cardi B, right?
Is that Cardi B?
You don't gotta dance, she make money moves.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So they signed Mike McGlinchey, 5 years, $87.5 million. Offensive lineman Ben Powers, they doubled up offensive line, 4 years, $52 million, and then added a D end as well. Zach Allen, not Jared's little brother, different Allen. 3 years, $45 million. So what do we think, guys? All these together. Is it something? Is it nothing? Are they throwing good money after bad? What do we got?
Should we add a coach into the offseason moves too?
I mean, yeah, I think we've talked about it before, though. So
yeah, I'm just saying when I include all that and I give that coach a better offensive line. I already think Russell Wilson was not the problem. I always thought he was injured. And when
you've been on record,
I put all them things together, and now they're doing these type of moves. These type of moves would signify that what I was thinking in the regular season was true. Let's make sure we get that offensive line. He's going to be coming back healthy. We got good wide receivers. They have talented situations at the running back position. Or they have.
They got good wide receivers right now. They're talking about. There's rumors that they're going to trade.
Well,
them.
if they trade them, then I mean, honestly, look at the New Orleans Saints. They didn't really, when under. Sean Payton, they had a whole bunch of different. I guess they don't need a major ones. They have a talented group as it is. If they trade one of them, then I believe that they know what they're doing. They're setting things up. I mean, Russell Wilson has never needed a slew of great wide receivers to produce. Either did Drew Brees. He just needed people to catch the ball.
Yeah, trust Peyton. What do you think, Podfather? Something, nothing.
I mean, here's my problem. I went into last offseason when they got Russell Wilson feeling the exact same way I feel right now about the Denver Broncos. You see what they're doing, you get excited, and you're like, Denver's going to make a splash in the NFL this season. They're going to be a legit playoff team. They're going to be a contender. And then they came out and totally stunk it up. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm saying I've felt this way before.
It's a little good money after bad money.
Yeah,
This is if they can't make it work. I mean, I think what it comes down to is probably Russ. So I think me and you are kind of on the same page, Podfather. It's something for now.
yeah, I felt
is
this way
something
before.
for now. Listen. Sometimes you got to know when to cut your losses. Now, we're not going to talk about an NBA owner right now, but sometimes you just got to cut your losses.
Come on, Jerry.
So next team up, Detroit Lions. Out goes Jamal Williams. In comes David Montgomery, 3 years, $18 million. Again, that sweet spot, that $6 million spot. Podfather, what you think? Something or
It's a
nothing?
busy backfield. We'll see. They need some health.
Yeah, it sounds like a nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Coach?
think it's a little more than nothing. And the reason why I think it's nothing is, are they just basically saying they don't like Swift? Is that what I'm reading from this? Like, am I reading like, gosh, we're bringing in another guy? Like, we don't think you can handle the load? I mean, we're paying them that magic Podfather number of $6 million a year. You know, like,
It's a business.
I'm
It's
just
a
saying,
business. It's a
like,
business number.
we don't trust you to be healthy. We don't really like you. We need backup and reassurances. He runs the ball well. He catches the ball well. Kind of a similar type of guy.
Timeout, really quick. You mentioned the magic Podfather number, but I want you to look around the league. Name me the top 5 paid running backs right now in the NFL.
Oh, it's got to be McCaffrey's probably up there. Zeke was up there. Chubb for Cleveland is probably up
Barkley.
No.
there. Well, no, 10.9. I don't know. Is it
Derrick Henry,
in Minnesota?
Derrick Henry,
Derrick
and
Henry,
Aaron
yeah.
Jones. 5.
Wow.
Okay. All of those are making $12 million and over. Okay.
So Dalvin Cook's not making that much?
He might
money?
be, but it's not for the reference point. I'm just thinking about the 5 in my head, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about those teams in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. It's don't necessarily need it for a long playoff run. Who did Kansas City pay?
Listen, I heard a stat this week. The last 10 Super Bowl winners, it was something like that. Last 5, 10, can't remember. The max they paid their running backs were $2 million a year.
Wow. That's
Look at
wild.
it.
That's
Go
a
back
wild
though.
stat.
Think about
Yeah.
it. Last year,
Well, but
Kansas City. Hold on, Kansas City. Who won the year before that?
And Tommy.
Tom
right?
Brady. So you had
Tommy.
Leonard Fournette. Who won the year before that?
Fournette was about 8 to 10 million.
No, he was not.
I don't think Tampa was paying.
He
him
was
that.
not.
I think somebody might have.
It was
but-
not Tampa Bay. Look it up.
Wow.
And so you keep going back and back and back and back and back, and you look at it, no $15, $12 million running back has won the Super Bowl because you can't win like that in the NFL this year anymore.
It's interesting.
Super
Yeah,
cool
it's-
stat.
It's just not there. That's good. That's good. We like that. Stats be statting. Can we move on to Jacksonville? We good?
Yeah.
Jacksonville really hasn't done much. Evan Ingram franchise tag. We know, listen, he's good. I think it's something. He played well. He was good on fantasy sometimes. But if Jacksonville's going to take a step forward, don't they have to do more? What do you think, Coach?
I think that you got to add in Calvin Ridley to this type of situation, though. I can't just leave this alone as Ingram. Now, I put in Ridley in the situation, and they already had decent wide receivers and a quarterback that's emerging. Not he's ascending, not descending. And his ascension at the end of last year was pretty good. It's this move of Evan Ingram is nothing. But if I can say if you add in the Calvin Ridley, I am a believer in Calvin Ridley. If he can stop playing stupid bets for $1,000 and stop losing millions in the process, I believe he's gonna be really well. It's gonna do really good in Jacksonville.
Loved him at Alabama. I just don't know yet on the NFL level. What do you think, Podfather?
Evan Ingram. I mean, I think they had to. There's not another tight end available that's as good as him, and that's a good tight end market. You know, he's giving them the 11 million, 12, whatever that tight end. I don't know what it was for the tight end there, but I think I'm with Coach. When you add Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram's probably a little better, right? And so
It's so painful for you to say that. I'm with Coach. Those words are so painful for you.
The biggest difference in that team is going to be the growth of that quarterback.
Yeah, it is going to be on his shoulders, right?
12
It's hey, year 3.
12 million.
Year 3.
12 million. Yeah.
12
Gotcha.
million.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram.
So
that's a lot.
let's move on to Kansas City. Listen, we're getting yawn. We're getting punched back from the mic. This is what happens when the Podfather agrees with Coach. Stuff goes crazy.
It's not supposed to be that way.
All right, so the Chiefs get rid of Orlando Brown and pay Jawan Taylor, offensive tackle, to replace him. 4 years, $80 million. Something or nothing. We all know what this is. It's definitely something.
It's something, but you know what? They could have got Brown at 3 for 64. Or 4 for 64.
I do think
And
I think Taylor's better, and I think a lot of this is again fake money. They're going to pay him for 2 years, and then they're going to move on to something else.
That's what they'll do.
They'll get rid of him.
It's
a good. Honestly, the offensive line was good. The offensive line is going to be good. Patrick Mahomes is going to have 2 legs, and they're going to be better. And they won the Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter who he's throwing the ball to. Does it matter who's in front of him? I mean, the guy just won a Super Bowl with one ankle. His best receiver was Juju Smith,
who's now playing somewhere else
in New England, right?
Which we will talk about Juju. And good Juju, bad Juju, any Juju is.
It's all that Juju.
Is Patty McTouchdown starting to become like what we saw Tom Brady early in his career of, hey, he's going to spread the ball around, he's going to throw to his running backs, and it doesn't really matter.
To come off of one of your guys' favorite movies, he reminds me of It's Just Inevitable, like Thanos, like when he said it inevitable. Yeah, that's Patrick Mahomes. And I hate to give Coach that because he called it all along. He's like, hey, and I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback ever yet, but that guy is not outside of the talk of that realm. You know what I mean?
Tell him, Coach.
Just to get in, I'm not saying he's a top 5 at the moment. I'm just saying he's in the driver's seat to be able to take it all if he wants to. He's in control of his destiny, and that's how much better he is than everyone else. And like you said, spread it around. His underhand throws, they don't know names. They just know hands. That's all they know.
And as long as you got him and Kelsey, whoever else you want out there.
And honestly,
whatever.
That's it right there. It's just underhand. He don't even throw them underhand throws to Kelsey. It's everyone else who gets them throws because Kelsey's, he's 7'11".
Defense, always open.
Yeah. Did you hear? Who was it? So they had Darrelle Revis on the I Am Athlete, and they asked him, "How would you cover?" No, they had Brian Dawkins on I Am Athlete, and they asked him, "How would you cover Travis Kelsey?" And he said, "For one, he'd be my guy I'd have to get. He would be the guy that I would have to get. And guess what? I ain't doing that alone. No one man can do that alone. He said that we would have touching points where he would get touched up all along the way. Before he gets to me, he better hit 2 or 3 elbows because that's the only way we're slowing him down. I can't stop him by myself. And that's coming from Brian Dawkins, one of the most cockiest, confident players I have ever seen play, and a hard-hitting some gun. I'm going to tell you, that made me even think more of Kelsey for somebody like Brian Dawkins to come out and speak that truth.
Absolutely. Well, let's stay within the division, right? Let's stay within the division with Las Vegas Raiders. Again, Josh Jacobs threw the franchise tag at him. Smart move. He played excellent last year. And then they got their quarterback, maybe. Jimmy Jesus going to Vegas. I think that was called last week as well. Jimmy Jesus in Vegas, 3 years, $67.5 million. Again, fake money, probably gone after a year or two. Coach, what do you think?
I think Jimmy G is a more stable quarterback. He's more seasoned in a way, it feels like. But at the same time, is he really? I don't know. It seems more of a lateral move. I don't know, man. I really like Derek Carr too. I don't really, so we'll see because
something or nothing.
Something.
Is it
something because I'm adding Josh Jacobs in there. So you replace the guy who you didn't like with somebody else who's just like him, and then you got Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, Podfather, what you think? Something or
no? I heard it this week, and somebody said there's something special when a quarterback and a team marriage is perfect. Frank is yawning all in the microphone.
I'm sorry.
Like when it was perfect, and Jimmy G being in Las Vegas, I don't know that it can get any more perfect.
Fits.
And besides the fact that all the guy's ever done is win, nobody gives him credit for that. He may not have the most astounding numbers, but the guy wins. He's going to know that system with that coach. And so I think it's good. I think it's really good for Vegas. Really good for Vegas.
Teach?
I agree with both of you. I also think there's a lot to 2 years ago, Jimmy G got paid a little bit, and San Francisco got their guy in Trey Lance, or who they thought was going to get their guy. History repeats itself is what I teach at school all the time. So I think history is going to repeat itself again. Josh McDaniels is going to say, Jimmy G, you got this year. Well, maybe we bring in Anthony Richardson. Maybe we bring in Podfather's guy, Will Levis. We go ahead and condition the next kid. We groom the next kid for you. And Jimmy G is just going to be happy.
I think that's a must.
So it's
You know
definitely
who's the
something.
happiest
It's
about that? All of the
Adams, maybe?
extracurricular workers in Las Vegas, the ones who go
Yes,
the
the-
extra mile. You know those.
Yes, the DoorDash, the Uber. Those people. That's
yes,
what we're talking
those
about.
lovely
Those.
human beings that he's known to associate with.
That's it. It's all about the ladies. So the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, so no free agent moves as of note yet. But Austin Eckler trade could be coming. What do we think of a possible Austin Eckler trade? Podfather, what do you think?
I don't care. I mean, Austin Eckler to me is very overrated, overused. I think that his best fit, if he was going to go anywhere, would be the Chargers. And so I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why. We'll see.
Well, he's doing it because they don't want to pay him the money that he wanted. But I've
I
actually
wouldn't.
heard a strong rumor right now that the Rams are actually trying to find a way to slot themselves into this.
Forget those picks.
Yeah, they're just like
Forget those picks,
Rams
man.
never cared about those picks. And since I guess they're running it back, he's like, why not have a fun tool like Eckler who can catch the ball? Probably the best out of any running back in the NFL.
It'd be great
And
for
that-
Stafford.
And then, yeah, Stafford, Eckler, and Cup, and who else they ever really want to throw out there at him. It's just what I heard. If that rumor goes real, then it's something. If not, there's a whole bunch of other. I think he'd look good in Dallas. I think he'd be tremendous in Dallas. I know you're saying overrated, but I'd love him in Dallas.
We don't want him.
I love him in Buffalo. I think he'd be excellent in Buffalo. I think he'd be excellent in Kansas City. Kansas City would be a team that could really benefit from somebody like him.
I think these teams aren't going to pay a running back. So this is, and I think Austin Eckler needs to understand sometimes it's better to be the man where you are. And Herbert's a great young player. And as much as I hate that coach, probably won't be coach there for another year. And you are doing everything you can. Eckler's definitely that dude who gets inflated because of his
That's
fantasy
all
numbers.
it is. That is all it is.
That's now from a guy who gets inflated from fantasy numbers to a guy who, well, he wants all the smoke all the time, every time. The Dolphins trading for Jalen
Love
Ramsey.
that.
What do we think of that?
That's
Something or
something.
nothing?
Something.
He's going to be him and X on the other corner. It's going to be crazy. Miami's all in, bro.
Yeah, it's-
all in.
Yeah.
It's something. And to me, this reeks of we still don't know what we have with Tua. We're going to load everything up. We're going to bring out all the tools in. And who knows? Maybe this is a destination for Lamar. You know, maybe this is hey, we're putting all the other pieces in place. And then after the draft, when we actually have a first round pick, we're going to go on
Well, you
for Lamar.
you saw him last year, Bradley Chubb, bringing him over. Now they're going to they're replacing, not replacing, but they're going to slide Jalen Ramsey right into that number 2 spot. They're going to have Xavier Howard on the other side. They're going to have that old number 2 is going to move into the slot. And so the nickel. And so you got, man, this team, I'm telling you, Jalen another year, Tyreek another year, Tua if he's healthy, which I don't think Tua will ever be healthy, but that's a different discussion.
Right.
I love what this team is doing. And with that coach, Mike McDaniel is just so much fun. What a great culture. What a culture center. Like, they have a good thing going in Miami.
Operation Stop Buffalo. Right. I mean, this is what it is. Operation Stop Buffalo. So speaking of a New York team, let's go to a non-New York team, the New Jersey Giants.
But what do? They ski in their jeans, bro.
They ski in their jeans. They listen. They put their chapstick on. They put their Burt's Bees chapstick on, like all the way up to their nose. Like it's just weird. Okay, they do reverse mullets. I don't get that, but that's what they do. What else did they do? They traded for Darren Waller. Is this something or is this nothing?
I think you have to give Daniel Jones every recipe for success. Still don't know what they're going to do at wide receiver. It's crazy in New York. Because you're not. We saw it in Vegas. Darren Waller's not going to win you 10 football games. But
Might not be on the field.
you know what I mean? And so it's a cool thing. Good for New York. We'll see.
I just love the story behind it. How the coach in Vegas found out he got married to a Las Vegas WNBA player, and then he got mad because his coach leaked it online that he was getting married, and apparently people crashed the party, and he was super upset with the coach. So the coach decided he didn't want to deal with that drama and just traded him to New York away from his new bride.
I thought he didn't invite the coach to the wedding.
The coach somehow leaked the wedding out is what he got mad at. I don't know if he invited the coach or not. I didn't know that.
We might have to change Coach's nickname from Coach to Scoops because
I love
he
little
is
dramas.
dropping like Woj bombs, Shefty shells. Like we
These little
got
ones
some
are fun.
coaches. This is Coach's
Lose my
corner
number.
with trendy and trivia. Like, do you have a burner, Coach? What's going on? How are you getting all these? Listen, you are scouring the
Me
internet.
and Twitter are best friends.
You and Twitter are best friends. I think it's
Yeah.
nothing. Who cares?
Yeah,
All right,
I
let's
think
let's see you actually.
I
turn
think
in
this
the
is nothing
season.
as much as his next move.
New England Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 years, $33 million. I have it as
Nothing.
I'm
Nothing
good.
at all.
The dude talks better
If
than
he
he plays
if he
football at this
couldn't make a
point.
difference with Patrick Mahomes, he's definitely not making a difference in New England. It's only harder.
Yeah, not with Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, whoever's throwing him the ball. It's not going to matter. So let's stay in the NFC East or the AFC East or Beast, whatever we want to call it, with the New Jersey Jets, Alan Lazard, and there's a rumor that a quarterback wants to play there. So what do we think of these moves? The sure move, Lazard, 4 years, $44 million, and the guy who wants to play in New Jersey, Ron
I think that the
Rodgers.
Lazard move is the same amount of dollars per year as Schuster. It's a nothing move.
It
If
is?
anything, it's for Aaron Rodgers. He's admitted he wanted to come. He's talked about he's wanted to go to New York. I think he listened to our podcast, and the Podfather told him what to do, and he was like, "You know what? That's a good idea," and he's doing that. And Lazard is one of his pieces, but that 4 for 44, $11 million a year for a wide receiver it's nothing.
It's
But
about the
honestly,
going rate.
Aaron Rodgers, it's nothing. It's nothing overall.
Oh, okay. Podfather,
No,
what you think?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to bring in his guys. He's going to come in. I think we called it months ago. We talked about Aaron Rodgers being in New York about 2 months ago.
You did.
And so
I think I was there on that
you
wagon
were
with
you
you.
were because you brought up the Nathaniel Hackett thing and all that kind of stuff too. And so it was it's very evident what's going on here, and good for the Jets. Way to turn around your franchise.
Maybe. I just think it's going to be funny. Then now, I mean, he is walking the Brett Favre. He really took Brett Favre's mentoring to heart. Like this idea, hey, I'm just going to be disgruntled. I'm going to be quirky in my old age. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some Wrangler
If
commercials.
he replaces Kirk Cousins
and
in
he'll-
Minnesota, I'm gonna die.
It could happen. It could happen. So I think it is something. I think it's not nothing. Your Super Bowl runner-ups, aka the loser of the Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles. James Bradbury, 3 years, $38 million, held on to that check. And Darius Slay extended 2 years, $42 million. So do we think that's something or nothing? What
It's
do we
something
think, fellas?
because the something is they lost everyone else. That's the something. So we have what they're getting. What they're getting is not compared to what they lost. And honestly, the Eagles are a good team. They rode a really high wave. I can also see them being one of those teams that don't even make the playoffs next year very easily. They're in a
Absolutely.
very tough
I-
division up and down, and I can easily see them taking a couple of them losses, a couple extra losses. Next thing you know, they're a wild card and get bounced out. That's like my prediction for them as of right now, unless they make some other type of moves or something. But they're in salary cap disarray right now, so it is what it is.
Podfather, resident Philadelphia Eagle hater. What you think?
I love this for Philadelphia. I really do. I love it for them. That I love to see what they're going through. But honestly, man, they're a good team. They didn't lose the offensive line. Their D line took a couple
Right.
hits. Linebacker core took a hit. They lost the running back, but I mean, Miles Sanders wasn't even there. It wasn't like he was a workhorse. You know what I mean? They used it by committee. I don't think it really. The best thing they did was keep their secondary together. right? And so,
I
yeah,
agree
and so I
completely.
think it's something for them.
I think
Yeah.
it's something. Yeah, I think it's something. Like you said, I love that for them. They weren't even on my list. So but I love that for them. As long as that team has Jalen Hurts as their running back, sorry, quarterback, yeah, as their quarterback, running quarterback. Sure, we'll go there. They're going to be okay. Maybe
I
not
mean,
playoffs,
who did
but
they play in the playoffs last year?
I don't even remember.
They played the Giants,
I think they played the
and then
they played the Giants.
I know they played a hurt San Francisco.
Yeah, they played the fourth string quarterback
yeah.
in San Francisco, and I think that was it. And then they went to Kansas City.
And then they went to Kansas City and played a hurt
Yeah.
quarterback and still lost. My point is, I don't
Still
think
lost.
I think that they hit a peak. It was a good year. Eagles fans, be excited that it happened. Count your blessings because they're gone.
Speaking of, who they played, we got the 49ers next. Javon Hargrave, 4 years, $84 million. We have Sam Darnold, 1 year, almost $12 million. Is this something or nothing? Let's just go ahead.
Going down the Chase route there. Good for him.
That's cash and check.
Yeah.
Man, make that money. What you think, Podfather?
He's on freeze.
No, I don't know what to think.
Oh,
Where do they get the money to sign Hargrave? What is Lynch doing out there?
Well, they don't pay quarterbacks no more, so they just draft them and get rid of them.
now
Yeah,
Garoppolo's
it's true.
gone.
What a
that's-
system by Kyle Shanahan they got going on with Lynch up there. Hey,
They'll
listen,
draft another one.
great move for San Francisco. And you know what? Here's what I'll say. I believe the 49ers with Sam Darnold could have beat that Eagles team last year.
Yeah, they might have. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm just saying.
Unless you start seeing ghosts. I think these are nothing moves, though. They have to figure out their quarterback, and I don't.
I think it's probably Trey Lance. I think they have to hold on to Trey Lance.
But is Trey Lance going to be healthy at the beginning of the season? And so is either of them going to be healthy? At the beginning of the
Purdy.
season?
I think.
That's what I'm saying. Darnold's going to start.
Can I throw another name out there? Let's keep throwing his name out there until the move actually gets made. Lamar doesn't look bad in San Francisco.
Oh, he looks too good in San Francisco.
I mean, if they move Trey Lance and a couple picks and get Lamar, can you imagine Shanahan with Lamar saying, "Hey, it's nothing but short throws,
motion offense,
1 or 2 reads."
I mean, he's got it. He's got a pretty accurate arm. The guy's not impossible. He's got one of the highest quarterback ratings in the history of football for the first 5 years of his career.
He's a
He's
very
got
mid
a-
He's got a 101 quarterback rating,
That's cute.
and he runs
how many? That's true, and he's got one playoff win.
Yeah,
I think we said.
correct.
One playoff win. Yeah, 1 and 4.
It's also the amount of Pro Bowlers he's had on offense with him too. One.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Offensive line.
Todd Heap was crazy good.
Todd Heap was good. Todd Heap was good. Well, welcome to the conversation, Todd Heap.
Thank you, Todd Heap.
Seattle Seahawks again. Defensive tackle Draymond Jones, 3 years, $51 million. I had it as nothing. Again, this is.
Are we not adding?
No, we already.
I know.
Talked
I
about
didn't know
Geno
if we were
Smith
adding
before
them
you.
in on this situation.
I told you guys.
His 3 years, $75 million. Yeah, we can always add.
Is
3
it
years,
something?
75.
No.
No, I think it's the same as last year. I think they might even pick a quarterback at 5.
Possible.
The quarterback's Geno Smith. That's why.
Couple moves left. Let's be quick about it. Bucks signed Jamel Dean, 4 years, $52 million, and Broadway Baker Mayfield comes to Tampa Bay. Baker by the Bay, 1 year, $8.5 million. He is $3 million less valuable than Sam Darnold. Okay, so
I love
something
it.
or
Love
nothing.
it for all of them. Welcome back, Dean. He was great in the back on that secondary. Plays hard. And Baker Mayfield, man, he's got to find a place that's going to set him up for success. And I love the weapons that Tampa Bay has if they're healthy this year. So we'll see.
I think Baker, with a good team and some good publicity, will be just fine, considering he's had the same stats for the last 4 years But one of them, he goes to a Pro Bowl and he's heralded, and the other 3, he's considered a loser. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's the same quarterback rating, the same touchdown to interception ratio. It's the same yards per pass. It's wild. The guy produces decent numbers, but the wins losses don't match. I believe if he has a better team and a better publicist, that maybe he'll actually be heralded as a decent player. But we'll see what happens.
Baker Son's coming. You heard it here first. Coach is not getting rid of his Baker Mayfield
it's my wife's
stock.
favorite player too, so there's that.
It's the last team. Let's go ahead and talk about the Washington Commanders. Don't call them the commies. Defensive tackle Daron Payne, 4 years, $90 million, and their savior, quarterback Jacoby Brissett, 1 year, $10 million. Something or nothing.
I think Jacoby is a bridge quarterback. There's no way you're telling me. You look at me. For honestly, he's 1 year, $10 million. I mean,
if he is, it's a rope bridge. It's like the Indiana Jones bridge. It's not Golden Gate. Okay, it's not Brooklyn. This is Dr. Jones.
I don't know
Dr.
if they have
Jones
a
bridge.
first-round pick. They have a first-round pick? They should have a decent one. They might try to snatch a quarterback during that time range. If not, they maybe go in the second round.
I think they're going to go Howell. I think they've already said we're going to go.
You know who
Howell
I would
or
love for them to take in a later round? Stetson Bennett. Him in a Commander's uniform. Give him, he don't need any years because the guy's going to be 40 if you give him any years to learn the NFL. He's just got to come in there and play. So but Jacoby, that I've watched a lot of Cleveland fans. They love their Mr. Brissett, and so I'd love to see what he does in Washington. Payne is a great player. Their defense is scary. They could be a playoff potential team. They were a playoff potential team this year, and they were tragic. They got Chase Young at the end of the year, and so who knows what's going to happen in Washington. It's a coin flip. It's Jekyll and Hyde. It's Two-Face. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's Podfather. What you think?
Yeah, I think Brissett comes in as a starter. I think he's an upgrade over Heineke.
Who's in Texas? He's in Houston, right? Yeah, he's in Houston now.
Atlanta.
Yeah, wow.
Atlanta.
And
he's
so
a backup in Atlanta.
Yep.
And so I think he's an upgrade over Heineke. I think that you cannot lose Payne. I think he's a top 5 DT in the NFL. And so the money is good for him. Lock him up long term. But I remember the last time Washington paid a defensive tackle. I'm not saying I hope it doesn't work out like that again. What I am saying is that I remember. And so let's, well,
Albert
Hainsworth.
Is that who you're talking about?
He was stepping on people.
And so
listen, Albert Haynes worthless.
Yeah, great in Tennessee, bad in Washington. You know what? I don't care about Washington. Whatever. It's nothing.
Yeah, I think it's something. Sidebar, Stetson Bennett, if he goes to Baltimore and links back up with his Georgia OC, I think there's something there.
And Washington has the 16th pick.
So
16.
Thank you.
Maybe a quarterback drops.
Maybe they get a Levis.
We'll see. Maybe they sound like they're happy with Howell, but let's see who's the happiest in the offseason move. So far, who do you have as what's the best move so far?
Podfather.
Oh, for me, best move so far. I think there's probably.
He's gonna pick 3.
Don't say Dallas.
I just said Broncos. I just think the Broncos. It's the best move. I think
I think it's probably Philly. I think bringing back Bradbury and Slay is super important on that defense. I really want to. Yeah, and so
I know what you're doing here.
I think when it comes to retaining Philadelphia, I sneakily love the Baker Mayfield to Tampa Bay. Yeah,
For $8 million?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a running back. They're paying a quarterback.
And I love Derek Carr to New Orleans.
Yeah, I think like Coach was saying earlier with Sean Payton, fellow coach going up there and all the other moves. I think the best move is that offensive line. They better protect the asset. If not, then there goes their season again. Coach, what do you think?
The fact that Miami paid nothing for Jalen Ramsey and the way, and it's not just the player and the move and the setup, but it's what it says to everybody in that locker room. We're all in, guys. We're going for broke, and you just got it's just a beauty in that when you're just going for it. It's what sports is made for, just to go for it, man.
I don't know.
Get nasty and do it.
I feel like Teach though. Like I really feel like you're looking at that and they're going, we're trying to compensate. It's like the guy that buys the big truck. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing where you're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think 2 is the
Little
small
man
feet of
syndrome.
Miami, and I think it's really out there. I think people can see it blatantly. I think players included, and so not saying I don't love it, but I do love it. But we'll just see.
Yeah,
let's hide to the best we can. All right, so best move, worst move. What do we think? What's the worst move in the offseason? What move did you absolutely hate and go, this is dumb? I don't know why they're doing that. I had Juju. Juju Smith-Schuster to the Patriots. Again, it's not like the Patriots can actually do anything with their wide receivers. I think Juju at this point in his career is not worth $11 million. He'd be one of those 2.1, 2.3 million lottery tickets, and you say, you better just be happy to be here.
You know what I think is the move that I didn't understand whatsoever was the Detroit Lions bringing in David Montgomery and paying him at $6 million a year. I think they're still trying to bring back Jamal Williams. What happened with Jamal Williams? Is he still not signed?
He's not. I don't think he's signed.
And then you have Swift also. And DeAndre Swift was lightning in a bottle last year when he was healthy, man. I don't know. I don't understand the Montgomery thing.
Yeah, Darren Waller. I don't see how it's going to help. I don't see what it's going to do. Who knows? The rumor was he had some substance abuse problems. Who knows if he's going to be playing? Who knows how well he's going to be playing? He was Mr. Inconsistent. It's a shot in the dark, but it doesn't really make much sense when you need some wins in the Giants Stadium. You need a good move, a good solid move, and I just don't see that being a good solid move. But there wasn't a lot of good solid moves to make on the wide receiver tight end market, but
so we class. Yeah, Jamal Williams, New Orleans.
That's what it was.
$12 million. Yeah. So and maybe David Montgomery isn't that far off of being drafted. So I think this could be hey, like you said earlier, let's press a little bit with Swift and see what he can do. So that's our offseason. Again, that was something or nothing. We'll probably be doing a couple other offseason moves. Big draft. Draft is 6 weeks away for those of you guys paying attention, those of you guys counting down like me. But only a couple weeks away, only 3 weeks away, on April 7th, is our episode 23. That's our Jordan James / James Jordan debate. That's right. That's coming up. Don't forget to tune in to our debate where we finally settle the score. Who is better? LeBron, Michael.
I'm going to keep
LeBron.
this poster with me for every episode from now on. And just look at it, Frank. Look at that.
Could you make it not crooked though?
No, it's got to be crooked, man. It fits your eyesight.
No, it's crooked. You know why it's crooked? Because
man.
It's the only way you got to trick people to thinking he's still the GOAT. It has to be crooked. You're gonna have to come up with some crooked theories because it's no longer real life stats and figurations and however you want to calculate and multiply and divide that stuff to make it happen. Because numbers don't lie, brother. They don't lie.
But they kind of do. They
kind of
do.
All the time.
Like,
I know that.
I'm not going to bring it up yet. Let me stop.
I mean, one number I do want to bring up. Let's move on to the NBA. So a number I do want to bring up is 7-3. What is 7-3?
7-3. That's the Lakers' record.
That'd be the Lakers' record since the All-Star game. The All-Star game. So 7-3. Are the Lakers the hottest team in the NBA right now?
Killed us. That's crazy. That was crazy.
So it was so disheartening. I'm not going to lie. And honestly, I believe Darvin Ham a little bit for that. The Lakers organization he blamed. You're in a playoff push. You're trying to get in. You're trying to get out of the play-in. If they win that game, it dramatically changes the landscape of what you have to go through. And don't play Anthony Davis on the next game, but win that game. Like, I don't care what you got to do. Figure something else out. That wasn't the answer. But you know what? I'm saying that now. But I believe, I believe another 7-3 is if the Lakers go 7-3 in their next 10 games, I still believe. So not only is that what the past 10 games is, I believe if they go 7-3 the next 10 games, I still believe they'll end up at the 6th seed. and be out of the play-in. So I love that number more than one way. I hate that they had to sit Anthony Davis, but as much as they've been injured and what's happening, I can understand the precaution.
Now hold on. Don't speak too quickly, because I gotta talk to you guys about something right now. If you're the Lakers,
Okay.
and you're confident that you can beat any of those bottom teams, the Thunder, the Jazz, the Mavericks, the Timberwolves, any of those that are going to be in the play-in, if you're like healthy LeBron,
Dallas.
healthy AD, I like our chances in 3 games, whatever, don't mind the play-in. And you go to the play-in due to seeding, because I'm going to name a couple teams, and I want you guys to tell me, let's play a little would you rather, okay? So would you rather play this team or this team to open the playoffs if you're the LA Lakers? Would you rather the Denver Nuggets or the Sacramento Kings?
Kings.
Nuggets.
By far.
I'm going with the Nuggets.
I think
Hold
the
on.
Kings are the hottest team in the NBA.
Hold on. Let's not talk about it yet. Would you rather the Nuggets or the Grizzlies?
Grizzlies.
Oh, God, it's a coin flip. Grizzlies, but barely.
I'm going
Barely.
Nuggets. I'm
It's
going
close.
Nuggets.
I am not upset either way.
Would you rather the Nuggets or the Suns?
The Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Would you rather the Nuggets or the Clippers?
The Nuggets. The Nuggets.
All
Nuggets.
I'm saying is when you think about this and you start to look at what that 8 seed could mean, I think LA is in a really good spot, even if they get to the play-in. If you get number 8 and your first playoff series is the Denver Nuggets,
If you
I
get
don't
8,
think you lost.
yeah, but for you to get 8, you got to lose that first game and then win the second game.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't think LA.
Not if they're the 9 seed. If they're
You
the
win
8 or
one.
9 seed,
Yeah,
just
but
gotta
if you
one
win,
and you're
if
in.
you're the, so it's 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh
you're
yeah.
7
So if
seed,
you win
you're
the
playing
first, yeah,
Sacramento,
you
and
do
that's-
have to.
That
Yeah, that's if Denver. That's if Denver finishes.
I
one.
think
they
They've
finish
been
one.
on this
They're too
losing
far
streak
ahead.
lately. You
They're
know?
right.
1
They're
and
4
5
and a
in the
half.
last 6.
There's still 5 games up on Sacramento. I mean,
That's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot for them.
it's a lot. And so when you look at it, I'm like,
Especially with
you got 10 left. You're 5 games up.
10 games left,
so-
or something like that.
I would rather play Denver than Sacramento. Those young guys scare me to death.
I don't know. I think Sacramento is the team, that is probably just happy to be there. I think they could be. I think I would trust a lot of other people now. This brings up
I'm
a
not
couple
scared
other
of
things
either.
that
If we put our bigs against their bigs, I think we'll dominate. We're longer, we're stronger, we play defense now. And honestly, Sacramento, if you could just slow them down, you're going to beat them. If we can have
yeah, but nobody's
You can't.
been able to
They
slow
run
them
the
down.
floor so
I mean,
quickly,
I
and that's going
understand
to be our
that.
weakness. Is the pace in which they play.
we
We
play at
do
a fast
much-
pace.
We do much better if we can set our defense against a half court offense. When we have to keep up, it's going to give us problems.
LeBron James being out. The Lakers have looked better. Is this a coincidence?
I don't think they
Not a
look better. I just
coincidence?
think that they look better because of the trade, not because of they just look better. They look better because they have Sands, Russell Westbrook, plus anyone else in the NBA, and because of that, they're better.
Okay. All right. Listen, I think this team is set up for LeBron when he comes back.
Yeah,
It's shooting and
I don't-
defense.
I think it's supremely set up.
It reminds me so much of the bubble team, except we have a better point guard in D'Angelo Russell right now.
Yeah, I think if you can
that's-
split the minutes of D'Angelo and LeBron, you throw LeBron with that second team or D'Angelo with that second team, gosh, they'll be even better. They're going to be scary. If they can get healthy, they're going to be scary. But I hear a whole bunch of nasty things about LeBron. Like I hear that he's nowhere near coming back. Like you saw him on the court standing still, shooting free throws, and there was a reason why, because he could not walk around functionally very well.
He's old. I mean, he's just an old guy. It is
And
what it is.
And as I say, he's old. He's as old as all of us, but
Yeah.
he's old.
But he does way more than we do. So
Younger than all of
No.
us, I believe. Younger
is.
than all of us. I think he's younger than I
He's
think
38,
he just
correct.
turned 38, correct? He's
Maybe.
younger than all of us. No, not maybe. That's just how.
That's
birthdays and age
how
works.
mass be mass.
That was the best De Niro impression I've ever
Maybe.
seen, though, Coach. You maybe. Do we want to talk any more about Sacramento? Again, Sabonis is probably third team All Center. He's having an amazing year. De'Aaron Fox might be third team All NBA guard. I mean, with the injuries to a lot of these other guards, De'Aaron Fox
had a great year.
might sneak
He's had
into
a
the
great year.
conversation. He's had a great year. So I don't know that there's anything more to talk about with that check-in. They're playing well. They're the
number
best
2
offense
seed in the
in
West,
NBA.
bro.
They're going to make the playoffs. Longest playoff drought is
And it's gonna come to
Sacramento,
an end this
17
year.
years. It should come to an end this year, barring a complete suspension by the team or
Yeah.
COVID 2.0. Next team I do want to talk about, Dallas Mavericks.
Oh,
How
gosh.
worried should Dallas be?
We
at threat level midnight?
Yeah, we're 0 dark 30.
No, we're threat level midnight.
Like
We're
it's
definitely
the
threat.
end of the world as we know it, and nobody's fine.
I think Goldface is hunting.
Yeah, Michael Scarn's
Michael
on the-
Scarn.
yeah.
I just think
Someone
there's a
got
lot
the
of
golden gun, and we're in the
this-
same room. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. So, I mean, Dallas should be worried. Is there anything they can do to right the ship, or is this just, hey, try and sneak into the playoffs and see?
Yeah, I think
Kyrie
that's where
and
you're
Luka
at.
can
I think
do
you look
something?
for heroism in the playoffs with these two. I think we said it when the trade happened. There's going to be a lot of offense and very little defense. And you know what I saw? They were playing a game, maybe it was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. It was like 3 seconds left in the game. They had the ball. There was 4 or 5 passes between Kyrie and Luka. You take the shot. You take the shot. That's all I could think about. I was like, what a mess. Like, you guys got to.
It was the
It
second
was.
game right after the trade. It was, and they were defended well. I think it was the Clippers. They were defended well,
Yeah.
back and forth. It was
crazy.
that was nuts. That was
I got an
absolutely
unpopular
nuts.
take that is unfolding. I just don't know how much I am behind it, but it's an unpopular take.
Well, let it unfold.
Kyrie's
Okay.
better than Luka, and what Luka does, Kyrie does. He just does it better, and he's not that because of what he does. He's not that much of a defensive liability. Luka is way worse defensively. If Luka can ever play some defense, if he
I
could
think
ever
you're-
figure some things out, he might be better. But I am going to go on a limb and say if I just take all the off-court stuff and throw it in the trash, and I'm looking at a player, I think Kyrie's a better player overall.
I think you couldn't be more wrong if you tried. If you actually watch
Coach,
Kyrie
I
on the
have-
floor, he plays absolutely
Coach
no
just dropped
defense.
the bomb.
I think he's a better. Listen, you can, and that is. There's a reason that's an unpopular take because
Coach
it's a
just
bad
dropped
one.
the bomb.
Okay, he is, and I'm not talking off the court things at all. Luka is so much a better player on the court than Kyrie. Kyrie does his best playmaking on a team with nobody else, and I don't think Luka's that same player. I think Luka does
I
make
feel-
his teammates better.
I
Kyrie
feel
does
like
not.
court's going to be in session on this one at some point,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm just
I may have to.
That's fine. Listen, we'd
Yeah.
love for you to adjudicate this because this is, I think Kyrie, I think he is the shiny new toy at Christmas that everybody loves for short bursts of time. And then the true character of Kyrie will reveal itself on the court. He doesn't play defense at all. Luka at least tries. He tries on defense. Kyrie does the old LeBron, like, hey, I'm gonna push this player and be like, look at you and yell at you and say, why didn't you get
all
your
I'm saying
man?"
is if
crazy
we go 4 years from now and I don't see a ring on Luka's hand,
Yeah, if
I don't know what to say.
we're going rings, if we're saying that, then awesome, great. So I guess Robert Parrish's ring on the Bulls counts, right? Averaging 1 point a game. That's
No,
what
you're
we're saying.
taking
The
this to a
ring
different
argument.
direction. I'm just saying if he can't lead himself to a team victory, I'm going to start.
When has Kyrie led a team? When has Kyrie
I
led a
didn't
team
say
to a
Kyrie led his team
championship?
to a championship.
All right, guys. All
I'm
right.
just saying
Time-
Luka needs a LeBron to win.
Time out.
I don't
He needs a
disagree.
better player.
I don't disagree. I don't think any
Announcement
player,
for everybody.
I don't think any
Announcement
player
for
can do it by
everybody.
themselves.
We're going to have this argument coming up, maybe episode 20, 25, something like that, right? Can't do it 23.
77. Episode 77. This is coming up.
Maybe-
Luka Kyrie debate. This might be a
what jersey
short-
number is Luka?
77.
And what jersey
77,
number is
baby.
Kyrie?
That's- Right now, I think he's 1, right? 2, 7,
Yeah.
We're
11. No, he's 11.
11.
He missed all
think
this.
he's
So
11.
7-11. 77-11. So
This we did. Listen, episode 1177. We're gonna do this.
you
okay?
guys keep this
We'll
one in
see
your
you guys
pocket.
in
Don't get too
12
much out right
years.
now.
I'm again. Now let me
It's-
preface what I said at the beginning. I'm
No,
not
no,
saying
no, 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 no. Keep it in your pocket. Leave it where it is. You guys, this is good. I need this for you guys because it's always me versus you. This is really good. Then I'm talking to Coach right now. I need you against.
I'm so
I
mad
need
at
you
you
again-
right now.
I
Coach.
need you against
So
each other
mad.
once in a while because I'm the one against everybody. I need another villain.
I just,
That's-
yeah.
that's a- you know what?
Kyrie's got a
Listen,
better
you know what
record
they
with
said?
Dallas than Luka does.
Here's
You
what I
know,
will say.
you-
Let me say.
No, he doesn't.
Let me
I don't
say
think
my
his
part.
He's
percentage
1
is
and 0
now.
without Luka.
You're absolutely wrong.
Let me. What's
Luka's
Luka?
0 and 2 with. And Luka's 0 and 2 without him.
he
He is. He definitely is. I looked at the stats. And Luka's 0 and 2 without Kyrie.
Jeez. Here we go. Numbers don't lie, guys. Numbers don't lie at all. Here
All right,
we
guys.
go.
That's good.
Get
Here's what
outta
I'll
here.
say about
Get
that.
out of here.
Should we be worried about Dallas? Yes, we should be worried about Dallas.
Yeah.
Is Kyrie better than Luka? I don't know. I need to hear it from both sides. We will. I think it's closer than people give it. I think Luka, I've always said, I think Luka's one of the most overrated players in the NBA. I think he's an amazing offensive talent. I think defensively he leaves a lot on the table.
He
I
needs
think
Phil
the-
Jackson and Scottie Pippen.
I think the very same thing about Kyrie Irving. So it's really close. We'll see.
No.
Didn't face
That was
him
a
at
good
all.
one, too. It was a
He
good one, too,
laser
man.
focused. Let's talk about the team that Kyrie left and tried to destroy, but they managed to be stronger when he was gone. The Boston Celtics.
Are they
How
stronger?
worried should Boston be
Did he really destroy them?
without
don't know if he
Kyrie?
destroyed them.
Absolutely.
I mean,
He tried to. Did you see him try and guard Giannis? Yeah, he tried to destroy them single-handedly. Get that
It
out of
was
here.
fun basketball.
He tried to guard. He called off everybody else guarding Giannis.
made for
I got
TV.
this, guys. Come on, Uncle Drew. Calm down.
he's trying to be that guy.
Calm down. So, yeah, he was trying to be some kind of guy, just not a basketball player, I guess. So, should the Celtics be worried? As a Celtic fan, I'm worried because I don't think Joe Mazzulla can coach. I think it was cute at first him not calling timeouts. I don't understand when the other team is going on these 7-9 point runs why you don't call timeout. I don't understand not starting or not closing the game with Derek White, who's looked great this year, or not closing the game with Malcolm Brogdon, and instead closing the game with Marcus Smart, who has had a rough year of injury. After a great year last year, he's looked suspect. So I don't know what they're doing, and I'm really starting to get worried that this is going to be a first-round exit for
I think Boston, they're reeling right now. I think they'll get it back together. I like you. I think Malcolm Brogdon's a better fit in the starting lineup than Marcus Smart, but that's me. I think they have a dribbling problem every once in a while.
Jesus. Are we on this again?
No, I'm not on anything other
Thank
than
you.
that. I picked the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 episodes ago. I can't remember where it was a while ago. I picked Boston to hold on to the lead in the East. Remember that? I was the only one. I think you guys were both on the Bucks. No, I think Coach was on the 76ers. You were on the Bucks. So kudos to you, Paul, for getting that correct. I think the Sixers may pass the Celtics also. We'll see.
Right.
They should be worried. Playoff basketball is harder than basketball right now. So
Yeah,
they should be worried.
And this
That's
could just be
what I
that lull.
believe.
I mean, I remember LeBron James at this time used to always, Coach, you can speak on this. He used to always, there'd be that weird time where it's like 1 or 2 weeks where it was like, we're fine. We're going to get our stuff right before the playoffs and hit peak
I swear
velocity.
1 year LeBron, they
entering
went
the
like
playoffs.
3-7 in a stupid run, and then they went to the finals. I think that this is, yeah.
They played Toronto in the
then
first
they
round.
got healthy against Toronto in multiple ways, but I do think it's the same type of thing. I think that they're going for a lull. It's not a big deal. Everybody's going to make it a bigger deal because they want them to win the number 1 seed. I don't think it really is that. I mean, like, it doesn't matter that much. I mean, yes, it does, but it's not the end of the world. Am I going for broke? Am I hurting myself? If they walk into the first round 100% healthy and they're not lower than the 4 seed, they're still like, I don't know. It's a coin flip on who's going to win it, and I hate to play Boston. No team on that division, no team on that side wants to play Boston. Nobody wants to play Boston anywhere in the NBA. I don't care what they are. Nobody wants to play Boston. I guess unless I always called you Uncle Alex. Unless the Podfather has a team that's going to make them dribble, I think he may have something there. But other than that, yeah, no, I don't think it's nothing.
I don't think.
What a lazy take.
I don't think
that Boston doesn't dribble. I mean, I love that for you. It's not on my list, but it is a business when it comes down to it. But it's just a lazy take.
I don't. Think
we
the
worry
Bucks
about
are
you
scared
so
to play
much.
Boston.
As long as they're healthy, I don't think they are.
I don't think
the
Philly's
Bucks are scared to play anybody
either. But I don't think that they're going, oh, well, let's play Boston.
Right. No, Boston owns Philly. I mean, it's just the way it's been for the last 7 years. Boston's owned Philly. Somebody that should be scared is the Grizzlies. Now, they're probably less scared because Ja Morant's suspension did come down. It was eight games. Let's go ahead and speak on this, guys.
Yeah, bad move
this
by
is
the
a
NBA. Bad look for the NBA. For that to be 8 games, he should have been suspended much longer. It doesn't help that I'm a Lakers fan and I hate the Grizzlies. It's not a good look for basketball. And basketball's been a clean sport for a while. I hate that for them.
Can I want to say that I really truly hope that he is recovering and that everything he's going through, anxiety, stress. I don't know if you saw the Richard Jefferson interview, or no, was it? Yeah, it was Richard Jefferson. No, it was Jalen Rose interview.
Jalen Rose.
I hope he's recovering. I hope
Trump.
he's doing well. You know, I want nothing but nice for the guy. I don't hate the guy in any shape, way, or form, and I want the best. 8 games though. If that would have happened in the NFL, that dude he'd be playing for the Rock right now. And so like it's just a little too lenient. What are you saying to the fans? What are you saying to kids looking up to this guy? What are you saying? Like, if this was like, oh, you just got an 8 game, like, this is crazy. He's had multiple instances where things are happening. And like, you got to start taking this stuff into effect. And maybe they have more facts than we do, but the facts that I have right now, 8 games is just not enough. But maybe they know more things than we do. But he got help from a treatment center for 8 days. I don't know what that fixes with anxiety or mental issues. So I don't, is it just like this is what we're going to do to make it look okay? Yeah, because he's the face of the NBA, which kind of makes me really dislike the NBA and certain, like, I question their identity and what they're doing. Like the NFL, again, you had been playing in the XFL if this happened in the NFL.
Let me ask this. I know you're on a rant, Frank, much deserved. Has anything came down with the shoe deal? Anything like that? Have we heard anything? Because I know he had shoes.
Yeah, they put it on pause. They didn't terminate it. They paused it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, 8 games. I think it's too harsh. Actually, I think it's way too harsh. Should he been suspended at all? He was just going through. No, of course he should have been suspended. Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest thing ever. 8 games is ridiculous. Okay, as a teacher, as an adult, as an American, as somebody who is rationally thinking, how do you marginalize what he did? This is absolutely nuts. This is probably the idea that we go from 50 games. I think it was 50 games for Hibachi, right? Gilbert Arenas got 50 games. And then I think Jarvis Crittenden got 38 games. This just shows the weakness of Adam Silver, just kowtowing to the players. This is unreal. It's a travesty. Should have been suspended the rest of the season, the rest of the postseason.
It's a business. Do you think it matters that it was this close to the playoffs?
Probably, maybe, and that's sad. That is super sad because you know what? The state of the NBA is healthy. They don't need to wait and be like, "Well, you got to protect one." John Morant isn't him yet. Okay, he is not.
It's wild.
Yet. All right, this isn't a guy who the NBA is leaning on.
No, but he is he's
dude.
one of the small market
There's plenty of
saviors.
stars.
And so the NBA is trying to make it so that it's not just a big market league. And he is one of the small market. Him, Giannis, Damian Lillard. There's a couple of these guys that are these small market guys that the NBA.
Small market, big market doesn't matter anymore. It does not matter anymore because the internet, hoops hype, the kids aren't tuning into games anyway. They are tuning into highlights, and it doesn't matter.
It matters
where you
because
play,
players aren't going
highlights.
there. They're not getting free agents. They're not
going to go there anyway. They're not going to go there anyway. So it shouldn't matter.
My point is the situation you take away a chance for a small market team to actually make a splash. And I understand what he's doing. I don't agree with it. I am on the board with you. I mean, Kyrie Irving got more than he got. I don't know. I know it's close. And it's crazy because they didn't even suspend him. They took the 6 games that the team took away from him and was like, okay, well, that's 6 out of 8. So you really only suspended him for 2 games. And
right.
It's an egregious thing. Again, exactly. Now I'm going to say it again. I don't dislike John Morant. I don't hate what he does. I swear I think he's the Michael Jordan of this era. And so there's
on record, he's the closest to his skill set.
I don't hate the guy. I actually love his competitiveness. I do think he's fake tough. I don't believe in what he does and how he does it, or any of his team. I can't stand Dylan Brooks. I almost hate Dylan Brooks more than I hate Draymond Green, and that's saying something coming from a LeBron fan.
No, that's funny.
It is what it is. It's just 8 games. It's egregious. It's horrendous. It should have been 80 more than 8. If it was 80, I would have understood more than 8. When I saw 8, my jaw dropped. My jaw was like, this is crap. This is Adam Silver.
This was the perfect time to put the NBA players on notice of social media. Your platform is still part of the business of the NBA.
It is.
You are related to us. You are a cog in the machine. So as an employee, you still have to have some kind of morality clause. You still have to have some sense of morals that you impact others. And I get it. Maybe, listen, I'm probably way too hard on him. I get everybody's going to have backlash, and idiots on TikTok and stuff are going to be like, well, no, you just don't understand, you casual. I don't care. This is the most ridiculous thing ever. I cannot believe
he didn't even grow up in hard neighborhoods. He was a privileged kid. What are you doing with gun? What do you do? Who are his friends? I agree with so many people. Like, come on.
He is Clarence. Clarence and his parents have a real good marriage. And Clarence, I mean, this is I mean,
hate it for the guy. I hope he finds himself.
It's unreal.
Man. But the NBA failed that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and move on because I'm just gonna real quickly because we have our draft coming up. St. Patrick's Day draft that we're gonna go ahead and do. The 3-4-3 where we pick 4 things associated with green. Real quick, final 4 teams. Anybody pick UVA? Final 4? Okay. So Coach, who'd you have in your final 4?
All I know is I know who I have winning it all. I had Duke.
I guess
Duke's the only thing I cared about. I didn't care about the rest of them.
You got Duke. Who did you have them beating?
Give me a minute. You guys go. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Paul, you got yours.
Yeah. All right, so listen, here's what I have. I had Alabama and Purdue, and then I had Texas and Kansas. Okay. And I had Texas versus Purdue, with Purdue winning the national championship.
All right. Yeah, that's hey, I don't hate it. My final 4 teams, I have Indiana. I like Xavier, who almost gave me a heart attack. Gonzaga, Marquette, and Alabama. I would love to see this the year.
Wouldn't that be great?
Gonzaga actually wins
I just don't think they can do it
because Gonzaga. I feel like they are I don't know, like the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't want to put that on because you guys hate them, but they're the team that's like always hovering around it and never.
I had them losing to Kansas in my Elite 8. So Gonzaga, but
Kansas got to worry about Bill Self. He had that heart procedure. Not going to have him for the first couple rounds, but that could be the rallying cry. Coach,
I had
you have your
Alabama,
teams yet?
Duke, Texas, and Kansas, and I had Duke beating Alabama, and I have Kansas beating Kansas beating Texas, and Duke winning it all.
Shout out to all you guys out there who had Furman in the Final Four.
Yeah.
You had
Princeton and Furman
in the Final Four. Holler, holler. That's it. So let's go ahead and get into the draft, guys. Today is St. Patrick's Day. Shout out to all the Irish folk out there. Appreciating it. Appreciate you. Love today. It's always great wearing the green. I am wearing
What
a
pick
green
did I get for
hat,
this draft?
even though you can't see it. Yeah, it's green. You got the second pick. This is the first time that Mr. Coach Frank Lafada gets the crucial 3-4. So he gets the turn. So I have the first pick. There was a wild suggestion I should pick money and just win the tournament if I picked money. I'm not going to do that.
So should we go? Nobody can take money.
I don't.
Why? I don't think money.
No, pick money if you want to. I'm not going to pick it.
Boring.
Greenbacks. So I'm going to go nostalgia.
Captain
I'm going to
Planet.
have a lot of nostalgia picks. And for
He was yellow, right?
No, he
was
wasn't
gray.
He wasn't green. He wasn't.
He was
green.
blue or
He was
something.
He was blue. He was blue. I am going to go. Yeah, they're. I mean, they're on your list. They're not on your list. I'm going to go the
son of a
species
gun.
of Yoda. So I'm going to go Yoda. So I get Yoda and
That's
I get
good.
Roku. That's
It was
nice.
my number
So
one pick.
do the magic hand
That's
thing, baby. It wasn't my.
That
number
would have
one
been
pick,
my
but
son's
I
number
thought
one
you guys
pick.
might go there. So
Yeah.
well, listen, we got a lot in
Yeah,
common.
so I'm not
Father,
going
you
with
got
what
the two
Charlie
pick.
would
Who you
want.
got,
I'm
baby?
going to go with what I want, and I'm going to take money. It's the evident number one answer. I'm just going to go for the W. Greenbacks, money. That's ones, fives, 10s, 50s, 20s, hundreds, all of it. Give me money. Yeah, twos.
Yeah.
I don't need
Don't get any coins. You don't get any coins,
give me
though. You know? Hey, where are you going to go?
straight cash.
How are you going to spend money at the arcade, baby? Straight cash, homie. Coach, you got
Pivotal.
the pivotal 3-4 pick. You get the
So
turn.
much to
Who
go
are your
through.
first two
Oh.
picks? Don't mess this up.
I haven't been
You've
complaining. I've
about
been-
this
I've been
for
laughing.
4 or 5 drafts now.
So personally,
He's complaining.
Podfather,
Personally,
Podfather, he's
I'm
been
going to take
complaining.
a personal pick of mine.
Thank you.
Growing up, I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I had him
I'm
at 13.
I know.
I had them
Because I
with my
went
next pick, so
3-4,
I'm glad you
I
picked them,
wanted
but-
to take something that was
Oh.
just mine. And Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and
Okay.
Raphael they got places in my heart. And then with the next, I'm gonna take
They're
probably
yours.
the strongest green thing there is. I gotta take the Incredible
Oh, he's
Hulk.
taken.
It's been my nickname since Lane was born.
He is.
He's called me the Hulk because he thought his daddy was the strongest. He is not wrong. So I'll take the Turtles and the Hulk.
Great
On the
pick. Great turn on that, Boo. Love that
He's
for you,
incredible.
Coach.
Strong team. That's a strong team. That's a strong team. You get 5 for 2.
All right,
I mean,
I'm going
that's
to keep
awesome.
with my
Can't
theme
go
of
wrong with
money. All right, and I'm going to go with my second pick. I'm going to go with the Grinch because who doesn't feel like that
Who's
after
a
spending
mean
all
one?
that money in Christmas like they get us? So, yeah,
Mr.
I'm going to go
Grinch.
money, and then I'm going to go Grinch. That's my 2.
Which Grinch?
That's so
You
good.
can take
That
all
is
of them.
so
Which
good.
one? Which one would be your one?
If I had to pick one, it's the Jim Carrey Grinch for sure.
Jim Carrey Grinch is great. He's
Yeah.
great. The newest Grinch was awesome, but the Jim
He was
Carrey
that.
one,
That
the
one was good, too.
Benedict, the Benedict
I
was
think the
great.
newest Grinch is the best one.
Yeah,
Cumberbatch.
I
I was waiting for you
Nope,
to try
you
and
ain't getting
say
me
it.
this
I was
time.
waiting for
You
the
ain't
verbal
getting me this time.
dyslexia. He stopped himself. All right, so I get my 2 and 3 picks. I have all the species of Yoda, so that's good to go. Should I stay in the Star Wars universe and pick the green lightsaber? Nah, I don't think I'm going to. Instead, we will go Green Lantern.
way up there. It's a lot
We'll
of
go
people.
Green Lantern first. You know, I love the Green Lantern Corps. I'm taking all of them. I don't care if it's Jon Stewart. I don't care if it's Hal Jordan. I don't care if it's Guy Gardner. Any one of them. Okay, Guy Gardner, St. Patrick's
Hate
Day.
that
He's got
pick.
red hair. He's got to be Irish.
Not at all.
Of course you do. It wasn't even on your list. But that's okay. My third pick, I don't think you guys are going to select him, but it still makes me nervous. So I know they're not on your list. I'm going to take
Yeah,
the
good pick
Boston
for you.
Celtics, baby.
They're definitely
I'm gonna
top
take-
5 of my picks.
It's definitely not on. What? They were on your list? That's wild. All
I'm
right,
gonna
Alex,
stay
you get
with
your
my
third
theme. So
selection.
I have money. I have Grinch. With my next pick, I'm going to go another guy who was just a little aggravated all the time. I'm going to go with Shrek. Give me Shrek at number 3.
Good
Good one.
Yeah,
Shrek's a
Donkey.
great pick. Donkey.
That
Everybody,
Nobody likes
everybody loves
parfaits.
parfaits.
Shrek? Everybody loves parfaits. Parfaits.
So
All right,
I am
Frank,
going to
you got
take
your last
maybe
two
the
picks.
most popular character out of all the green characters there is. Kermit the Frog.
You have
I'm
to.
taking Kermit the Frog. I grew up on Kermit. I'm not as old as the Podfather. I'm a little bit older than you teach. And I'm going to tell you right now, Kermit's iconic.
You
Kermit
know,
is
with
the
Kermit,
guy.
you get Kermit. Then you also get, he played Tiny Tim. He played so many relevant roles. Like, yeah.
Bob
I mean,
Cratchit, he played, yeah.
So
That's a great pick.
Wow.
Coach. Thanks.
one day we got to
What
get
a
your
good
deputy
pick
dog.
that
That's
is.
my favorite. But, Kermit's a good one.
Let's go. Hey, listen, Roy Williams retired. So
Number-
deputy dog's out now.
Maybe we'll do it.
We have
Yeah,
the blue
maybe we'll
draft.
do it.
Maybe
That's a
we'll
great
do
number
it.
3.
We'll see it. Good pick.
And then for my last
who rounds
pick,
out your
I'm gonna
team?
take maybe one of my all-time favorite TV shows from Inception. I'm going to take The Green Arrow. The Arrow is one of my favorite TV shows. Is the Arrow and the Flash and their teammate and that CW's twist thing.
Now, the show's
But
called
he is the
Arrow.
Green Arrow,
It's not
is
called
his name.
Green Arrow.
Let's not get it twisted. I'm
Well,
taking
you're taking
the
the
whole
character.
character.
You're taking the
every
character
place
Green
he
Arrow.
plays,
I don't like
the
it.
Green Arrow.
I like
it. I started out with being personal choices, and I'm ending with personal choices.
Way to go. I'm going to stay with my
Attaboy.
theme, stay
It's
with
a
my
strong team.
age. I'm going to do money and
What's your
money
theme?
and attitude. And
Your age, you must be Gumby if you're talking
Money
your
and
age.
grumpiness.
You are
It's
the
not-
oldest.
it's not Gumby. I'm going to do this for my sisters. Shout out to Dorian and Gail. I'm going to do this for my
Leprechauns?
sisters. No, absolutely not. My 4th pick to finish out my team. She can fly, ride a broom. She's got a wicked laugh.
The
Okay,
Wicked Witch of the
I'm going to
West.
go with the Wicked Witch of the West. Is going to be my 4th pick. So yeah, that's my 4th pick. We'll round them out in just a few minutes.
I hate that for you.
That's good. I'm
Yeah,
just
she's
worried
very
about
susceptible.
water.
We're not playing blue.
You know,
We're playing
that's-
green. I
I
think
mean,
the Wicked Witch could beat any Ninja Turtle.
They just have to spit on her and she's dead.
Okay.
I don't understand that logical.
I'm good with
Yeah.
looking at Shrek versus Hulk.
I don't know,
I like that matchup.
You like Shrek versus Hulk?
Yeah, I love that.
All right.
Listen. There's a lot of things on here I could pick. I could pick
A
St.
clover?
Patrick's Day and
Hey,
just I
what
think that
about
would win.
First
I mean,
Grass?
that's automatic. I could win
Spinach.
Leprechaun, Ireland. I could pick. We could go
Mean
sports.
Joe
We could go Joe
Green.
Green.
Trent
Could
Green.
go Joe Green. Could go him. I could go
Don't do
Daryl
that.
Green. Podfather's not going to like that. Give me
Kevin
M&Ms?
Green?
man this green M&Ms.
Kevin
Could go
Green?
M&Ms.
Kevin Green.
Oh, I could go Kevin Green. Met Kevin Green. Let's see. I want attitude as well because both your teams have a big guy with attitude. Give me a big guy with attitude that both of you guys probably hate. Give me the
Draymond.
menace to society himself.
Draymond
Draymond
Green.
Green.
Pick.
Draymond
I thought you were going to go
Green.
Mike
Draymond money.
Sikorsky.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
I had Mike
Um,
Swakowski on here.
You know,
but
the
I didn't-
Riddler
I
would have
didn't
been a
like
good
him.
pick
I
for
don't like
you.
his
Riddler's
size.
an
I don't
honorable
like his
mention in
size.
this situation.
Broccoli.
How do we not
Broccoli?
take leprechauns?
Overrated
Broccoli.
because
It is a terrible.
they're a terrible movie. It's a terrible
Leprechaun
movie. They're
in
supposed
the
to be
Hood
terrible,
was
but
one of my
still.
favorite.
So let's
The
run
Green
through
Mile. The Green Mile was a great movie.
That's
Green
a good
Mile
one,
was a
bro.
great.
That's a good one.
Could have been a good
The
one.
What
Green
about
Bay
the
Packers.
The Green Bay
What about
Packers.
Mother Earth
Nobody picked the
herself? You know what I'm
Packers.
saying? Earth.
Not
As
all
a
green.
whole-
Yeah, not all
You
green.
don't get the
I
ocean.
get all of
You
it.
don't get the ocean though.
I get what I want.
No, you don't
You
get
don't get the desert.
Earth.
I take what I
It's
want.
not called the green planet. It's the blue planet. So just a recap. All right, recap. So, Coach, Frank LaFada had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Incredible Hulk,
Kermit the Frog.
and Green Arrow. Strong team. Strong team. Nostalgia. Strong team. Alex Podfather Gullet has Money, The Grinch, all of them, Shrek,
Love it.
and The Wicked Witch of the West. She doesn't come with the flying
everything.
monkeys, though. Sorry, buddy. She's by herself. I, Paul Teach Nelson, have the species Yoda, which includes Yoda and Grogu, Green Lantern, the Boston Celtics, can't get more Irish than them, and Draymond Green, Mr. Hit You in the
we're talking
nether
about
regions
suspended Green. All right.
himself.
All right, so that's it. Hey, you guys got to let us know who wins this thing, though. This is a real competition.
Yeah.
This is a competition. Speaking of competition, we do not have a show winner. It was
What are we
tied.
based out
It
of?
was tied 2-2. Today's show was based on references made
Yeah, we
about
stayed
Michael
off of
Jordan or LeBron James.
We did.
So, Alex, we did. Alex said the number 45, which we all know was Jordan's number. He made it in reference to something else, but it still counts. And he also has the poster in the background. Sorry, we got to give him a point for that one. Coach LaFada, you talked about
That
Phil
is.
and Scotty. Listen, that's a Jordan reference. And he also said Ja Morant is the closest to Michael Jordan.
No.
Not many LeBron
He's hurt, and
references
we're
today.
actually really
Maybe it's
hoping
the
because we're
injury.
really excited about the Lakers. We're really not hating right now.
Yeah, it's
We're-
not the
we're-
season right
No,
now.
Yeah,
no
we're
three
not
for
talking
three
about it.
James.
We're hoping he comes
No.
back.
We're 10 games away from the playoffs, bro. I need
Yeah,
my Lakers to do
we're,
something.
we're locking in and we're joining powers right now. We're like Macho Man and Hulk Hogan right now.
That's right.
You're something. Ooh, you're
Ooh.
something.
Hey, we should do that
Oh,
draft
yeah,
one day. We should do
brother.
best teammates ever. And it could be anywhere, best duos. That'd be a
Best
great
duos?
draft.
Maybe
No,
we
just
could
do
do
it all
a sports
included.
one and a
We could-
duo one. Okay,
Like-
all inclusive.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like Sandals
all day.
Jamaica.
Like-
It's a trip
like
to
Phil
Sandals
and
Jamaica.
Monica.
All inclusive.
That's a great duo.
Hey,
Great duo.
Ooh,
hey,
ooh.
Lorena and whoever that
That's-
unfortunate fella was.
Jim,
Jim Bobbitt.
Pam and Jim.
That was Jim
Yeah.
Bobbitt. Yeah, I think it was. Bill. Pam
Spaghetti
and Jim.
meatballs.
That's a good one.
Lady
Spaghetti
and the
and
Tramp.
meatballs. Good duo. Peanut butter and jelly. Shouldn't we give you the top? Now, as you all know, episode 23 is coming April 7th. But before then, make sure you reach out to us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. Email us at 3for3pod@gmail.com for all your mailbag questions, because the end of this month, March 31st, in a couple episodes,
Can't
we're going
wait.
to have our
I love
special
those. I love the mailbags.
mailbag episode. Brought to you by The Color Green. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Make sure you tune in to us. Let us know how you feel. Let us know how we did. Again, I am Paul Teach Nelson. For Coach Frank LaFada. For Alex the Podfather Gullet. We are 3-for-3.
Love it.
How do we
Love
end
it.
Just leave.
That's it. I'm just leaving.
Before you told us not
We don't touch